Alright, here we go. KV-220 match. This is my match that I got Ace Tanker in. I really enjoyed the KV-220. I picked it up with a rare take bundle that Wargaming had on sale. And there were a couple other tanks that I really wanted. And I felt like it was worth getting all the tanks. So, in the meantime, I get to play the KV-220 as well as the two tanks that I initially purchased the bundle for. So, barely a tier 6 match. They have a KV-1S and a T-150 against a couple of TOGs, a T-2, and then a couple of tier 6 artilleries thrown in the mix. With this map, I've really liked going to the hills. Don't go to the forest too often, but I like to get to this hill, and I like to be up on top of the hill. Get a nice balance off the Su-85, who I had no idea was there. Surprises me every time. And so I like to get up this hill. I feel like there's some good spots that you can get to. I was really spoiled when I had the T-32, because you get on this hill and you had the view range to really see the side of the map. So I saw that the 1S and the 150 were focused on the TOGs behind me, so I took time to get a nice shot in, hoping to do some damage, and I tracked him instead. The M4 comes flying in on a flank, so I go after him, get a nice shot there, and then I believe a teammate finishes him off before I get around the corner. So I go back around to try and help with the 1S and the 150. So I was saying the T-32 really spoiled me with this spot on the map. I'd get up on that hill and able to use that that little edge up on that southern part of this first hill for good cover my hole, and was able to do a lot of damage. And so now all of the tanks I play, I like to come over here and really use that to my advantage. I don't like being down here as much. I do have an M3 Leaf for cover though, which I shamelessly use as such. So I may have helped line up that shot for the 1S. So at this point I see we're not doing too well. I YOLO. Their big heavy hitters are gone. So I just push as hard as I can down this side. The T-49 just sits there. I was actually anticipating him to try and get out of there faster. So I get tracked. Oh, here we can speed this up. Try to get back into the action. This T-1 is inactive, and that does not stop me from shooting him at all. I guess him and the other T1 on the team were both less than helpful to their team. And I overshoot him here, and I'm not sure why. I just go right on by him, and then I decide that's not such a good idea, and I back up. Helped me out though, missed a shot, and then his teammate trying to shoot me ends up killing his buddy. I get tracked again by artillery. So I was able to get a lot of spotting and assist damage in this match. I do also get nice hit from artillery there. I do get invader and scout. I get the scout medal in this match. So I continue on my YOLO journey for artillery. Find the PZ. I'm not going to attempt the rest of the name, and the M37 right over here. Once again tracked, but at least this time I can see him. And I set the M37 on fire. Thank you, RNG. So I am not sure where the Stug and the FV are. So I can come to this southern edge to try and spot them. I eventually repair my observation device, but that doesn't come until later. So the Stug eventually pokes his head out, and I get him, and the FV eventually pokes his head out, and I get a couple shots into him before the game closes with a game cap. So I believe right here in a second the Stug comes around the corner. There I repaired my observation device. I was getting worried. I was getting worried waiting for these two to show up. Trying to use this cover, I'm able to poke out just right there and get him. He did finish off one of our togs. So, and then the FV shows up here in just a second as well. Fast forward a little bit. Don't mind the shaky mouse movements, or rather excuse them. And there's their FV. I missed this first shot or I would have gotten the kill. That's okay. He thankfully misses his shot. And I'm able to get one more into him, and that is game. So, really enjoy the 220. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. It's been a fun tank and rather enjoyable.